Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. I see. Oh my God, Susan, I haven't seen you in forever. We have to catch up after this, okay? I see some new faces. Hi there. I'm just going to take a sip of my cup of tea, and let's give a few minutes for people to come on board, okay? Thanks. I can't tell you how excited I am. And it's freezing here. It's not even officially winter, but it is really cold. Don't know where you are all coming from, but I know that there are people from all over the US and all over the world that are joining us today. And I thank you so much. Um, so, uh, I just want to say an official welcome to everybody. And I'm so excited to see you all here. I'm going to give it just a minute or two more for people to connect and get on and get out of the waiting room and joining us from all over the globe. I want to thank each and every single one of you for making the time to be here today. I see some of my clients including some of my star students and also recent graduates of the Feng Shui for Professionals in Foundations course. And I see old friends and um, and new ones. And whether you're here because you want your home to feel more like a healing sanctuary, or because you already create spaces for others in design, architecture, wellness, hospitality, or real estate, you are in exactly the right place. And I am so excited to share with you how you can create spaces that heal, uplift, and inspire, even if you don't know one thing about feng shui. My easy to implement system will give you simple ways to start working with energy of your spaces in a way that feels clear and practical and at the same time not overwhelming. You don't have to be a designer. You don't have to already know how to do this. That's why you're here. And I'm going to walk you through it. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt more peaceful and calm? Or walked into another space and felt tense and drained or just off for no obvious reason? That isn't your imagination. Your environment is always sending you messages, and your body and spirit and mind are always responding. Today, I'm going to show you how to begin to work with that so that your spaces are not just beautiful, but truly supportive of your life and of the people you serve. To share why this matters so deeply to me, I'd like to start by sharing a story from my own life. Every space tells a story. You may have heard me say that before. Spaces have bones and breath and history. They have things going on it and around it and under it. Some places heal us, and some places hold us back. Imagine for a moment a fifth grade student asked to write a poem in class, first time. The student wrote, I am trapped in a room with four walls, with nobody in it but me. Someone save me from this place. I'm helpless. Set me free. The teacher took a red pen and marked it up, saying it wasn't really poetry, never realizing that it was a cry for help. That little girl was me. I grew up in an abusive home, in a place that never felt safe. The walls, the rooms, the spaces were supposed to hold me and protect me, but it did not feel like a sanctuary. It felt like something that I needed to escape. And as a child, I didn't have the language for energy or feng shui, but I did have an instinct. In my own room, I would move things. I'd rearrange the furniture, clear little piles, and place objects where they felt just a little more comforting. And each time I shifted the space, even a little, something inside me shifted too. I could breathe a bit easier. I felt a tiny bit less trapped. The room, in its own small way, started to feel like it was on my side. And at the time, I thought I was just redecorating. I was just trying to make the room a little bit better and prettier. And later I understood that I was responding to the energy of the space, trying to create safety for myself where there wasn't any. Now, you may not have grown up in a home like mine, and I hope not. And you may not have written a poem like that. But I think many of us know what it feels like to be in a space that doesn't support us. And also what it's like to be in a place where we feel we can breathe. And what I've learned through my own healing, through Feng Shui and through creating the Eco-Chi design system and approach, is this. Our environments are never neutral. They are either supporting us or they are working against us. And when we begin to work with the energy of our spaces gently, consciously, and with intention, we can create environments that truly support who we are becoming, rather than trapping us in who we used to be. That's why I'm so passionate about sharing this work with you today, so you can begin to experience that same shift in your own home, your own life, and in the spaces you create for others. Now that you know why this is so important to me and so dear to my heart, I'm going to share a screen with you. And I hope you can see that well. And what we're going to do together today is I am going to show you a few images as we go along. And by the end of this master class, my intention is that you will walk away with 3 things. And the first will be that you'll be able to recognize that your home, your office, your spa, your project isn't just a backdrop for your life or your work. You'll start to see it as a living environment that's either supporting you or quietly working against you, draining your energy. And once you see that, you have a choice. Second, you'll learn a simple, accessible way to begin working with the energy of your spaces, whether you're focusing on your own home or on a professional project. We'll talk about how to notice the story a space is already telling. That creates the feeling of, I want to run out of here, versus, I could stay here forever. And a few key shifts, things you can change, add, or remove that begin to move a space toward more healing, harmony, joy, abundance, and even love. You don't have to knock down walls or start from scratch. These are changes that you can make with what you already have in place. Third, you'll leave with more clarity about your next step. For some of you, that next step will be creating a more supportive sanctuary in your own home, in your own life, and in the spaces you move through every day. For others, it will be bringing this way of working into your design business, wellness, hospitality, real estate work, so you can serve at a deeper level and stand out as a differentiator in your field, a visionary. Today is not just about inspiration. It's about giving you a taste of how powerful this work can be for your life, for your clients, and for the people who walk through your spaces, and then showing you how you can go further if you feel called. Now, I want to share 3 keys you can use to start working with the energy of your spaces. Notice the story your space is already telling. For key 1, I want you to begin to notice that every space is already telling a story, whether we're aware of it or not. Here's a space that technically works. People can meet here, decisions get made. On paper, it does its job. But notice how it feels in your body just looking at it. Does it feel creative, nourishing, inspiring? Or does it feel a little flat, maybe even draining? This room is telling a story, but it's not a story of energy, connection, or possibility. Now here's a very different story. This is a project I worked on at Broadway and 36th Street in Manhattan. And when designing this, I commissioned an artist to do this sacred geometry photographic art and turn it into a wall. And people on the inside always felt a connection of something bigger than them. And the decisions that were being made in this room, it held a different kind of importance. This is not just decoration. Energetically, it acts like an element cure. Instead of using obvious bright red for fire, we use shape, light, pattern to bring in fire energy in a more sophisticated way. You don't need to know all the formulas and all the cures, enhancers. That's my role. What matters for you for key 1 is to begin asking, what is this space telling right now? And is it the story I want to tell? You can ask this question about a major project in Manhattan, and you can ask it about your own living room at home. For key 2, I want to talk about flow and ease. Think about that for a minute. Flow and ease in a space. What does it take to have that? Many of us have had a room that feels like this at some point in our lives. Let's be honest. A space where things pile up, where there's no clear place for the eye to rest, and no clear path to move through. Notice how it feels in your body just to look at it. There's no judgment here. Life gets busy, things happen, and our spaces start to reflect that. It also can reflect what is happening on the inside of our bodies, our own health and wellness. But when a bedroom looks like this and feels like this, the message it sends is often, I'm overwhelmed. I'm tired. I don't know where to begin. The energy can't really flow. And often, neither can we. Now look at this bedroom. It's not huge. It's not about expensive furniture or designer labels, but it's clear. There's a simple color story. In this room, the floor is visible. The bed is easy to get into. There's room for your eye and your body to relax. Notice how this image feels compared to the last one. This is what I mean about flow and ease. You can create this feeling in any size room and on any budget. Sometimes it's as simple as clearing the floor, creating a clear path to the bed and softening what you see first when you walk in. At home, this kind of shift can change how you sleep, how you wake up, and how you feel in your own life. It even influences your focus and the decisions that you make. And if you work with clients in design, wellness, or real estate, this same sense of flow and ease is what makes a guest room, spa room, or model apartment feel like some place that people really want to stay. For key 3, I want you to notice what it feels like when a space is designed to truly support you. This is a very small spa treatment room. There's not a lot of square footage here, but look at how intentional it is. The lighting is soft, the colors are calming, the bed is inviting. The 5-element theory applied. The details are simple and soothing. You can almost feel your shoulders drop just looking at it, and you can breathe. This is what it looks like when a space is infused with energy, with the energy of healing and care, even in a small room, even on a modest budget. You can create this kind of feeling in your own bedroom, in a corner of your living room, or in any treatment room or private space that you design for others. And this is the same principle on a different scale. Here we're outdoors on the infinity path that I designed that leads to spa treatment rooms with a man-made waterfall as part of the experience. Notice how the elements come together. Water for flow and emotional release. Earth in the stone and pathways. Wood and plantings for growth and vitality. The way the path curves gently and invites you forward. This isn't just a pretty setting. It's a carefully crafted, energetic journey that supports people in letting go, slowing down, and receiving care before they even reach the treatment room. Whether you're working with a tiny room or an expansive outdoor space, the question is the same. What energy do I want to invite here? And how can I use light, material, shape, sound, and the elements of nature to support that intention? I'd like you to imagine just for a moment that this is a room in your own home, a living room that isn't perfect, and isn't trying to impress anyone, but feels calm, comfortable, and truly yours. The colors are soft. The pillows invite you to sit. Pretend there's art on the wall that feels like you. The plants and natural materials bring in a quiet sense of life. Imagine coming at home at the end of a long day and dropping your bag and sinking into your space. Imagine feeling in your body that your room is actually supporting you, helping you unwind, helping you breathe, instead of adding to the noise and stress of the outside world. And imagine knowing that it didn't happen by accident, that you made choices in layout, in what you kept, in what you let go of, in what you brought in, that turned an ordinary room into a kind of sanctuary for your life. This is what happens when we bring intention and energy into spaces where we live and work. And you don't have to move out or start over or spend a fortune to begin creating this feeling. Where you are now. As you look at this image, notice how this woman feels. She's in a calm, cozy space, a soft couch behind her, green plants, a candle, and incense gently burning, a teapot and a warm cup of tea in her hands. She looks safe. She looks present. She looks like she can breathe here. This is the feeling so many of us are really craving in our own homes and in the spaces that we visit too. And at the same time, as we've been talking today, you might have a little voice inside of you saying, I don't know if I could actually create this for myself. If that's coming up for you, I want you to know that that is completely normal. I hear very similar thoughts from my clients and students all the time. Limiting beliefs like, I'm not a designer. I don't have the eye. My place is too small, too old, too messy. Or I don't have the budget for a big renovation. I'm interested in Feng Shui, but I'm kind of afraid I'm going to do it wrong. Maybe one of those sound familiar. And if you're a professional, you might be thinking, this is beautiful, but my projects are so complex. Developers or owners, they won't go for this. I don't know how to bring this into my work in a way that feels grounded and credible. I have been through all of these scenarios and challenges. And 20 years ago, there were many more barriers than there are today. There wasn't even a word wellness. I want you to hear this from me clearly. You are not behind. Your space is not too far gone, and you are absolutely capable of learning this. You're not supposed to already know how to read a space energetically or how to layer feng shui and wellness design. That's why I do this work. That's why I teach. No one handed us a guidebook as children that said, here's how to create spaces that heal, uplift, and inspire you. We are all doing the best that we can with what we know. The beautiful thing is, once you start to learn this language, it's like putting on a new pair of glasses. You begin to see what was always there. And with a little guidance, you start to make changes that have a very real impact on how you feel and how other people feel in your spaces. I never expect my clients or students to figure it out on their own. Whether you're working on your own living room or on a spa, a hotel, or a residential project, my role is to walk with you, to help you see that your space is saying something right now, and to guide you step by step into what it could be saying instead. You don't have to become a Feng Shui master to begin creating meaningful change. You just need a framework, some support, and a willingness to start exactly where you are. In a moment, I'm going to share how we can work together if you'd like support bringing this into your own home or into your professional work. There are different paths depending on whether you're here for your personal life or for the spaces you create for others. But the next step, it's very simple. If you have been feeling a little spark inside of you as we've been talking, a sense of, yes, I want this, that is enough. You don't have to know yet. That's what I'm here to help you with. Before I share the different ways we can work together, I want to take just a moment to tell you a little bit about my background so you know who is guiding you in this work. I am the founder and president of EcoChi, a wellness-focused Feng Shui and interior design firm, and I have been doing this work for more than 20 years. I am a Feng Shui master. I am a wellness designer of spaces, a lead green associate, which is leadership in energy and environmental design, a certified eco designer, a graduate gemologist, and the author of the award-winning book, EcoChi, Designing the Human Experience. My projects range from private homes to spas, hotels, and wellness communities, including the Valverde Wellness Community in Park City, Utah, the Park Loggia in Manhattan, and the Creek Retreat Spa at Serenbe in Georgia. I also serve as the Feng Shui Master Designer for the Global Wellness Summit, and I've been recognized with honors and awards as a thought leader in sustainable, people-centered design. I'm sharing with you today the same principles and approach that I use with my private clients and on these larger projects too, so that you can begin to apply them to your own home and in the spaces you create for others. Now, I'd love to share how we can work together if you feel called to take this further. I'd love to share how we can work together if you'd like my support bringing this into your own world. For some of you, this is very personal. You're here because you want your home to feel like a true sanctuary, to support your health, your relationships, your sleep, your creativity, your sense of peace and calm. We can work together through a guided journey to create a home that truly supports you. We look at how your space is affecting your energy, your emotions, and your daily life. And we work step by step to shift the story your home is telling. This can lead to better sleep, more ease, clarity, and a feeling that your home is finally on your side. We also culminate in an energetic reading of your space with specific suggestions to invite the energies you most want, whether that's more calm, more abundance, more love, more joy, or all of the above. For others, you're here as a professional. You may be a designer, an architect, a wellness or spa professional, a hospitality leader, a real estate developer, or a broker or agent. You're already creating spaces for other people. And you want to bring this level of intention and energy into your work in a way that is grounded, credible, and truly transformative. I mentor professionals through my Feng Shui Foundations for Professionals coaching. Together, we look at your real projects and you learn how to bring Feng Shui, wellness design, and the eco-chi approach into the spaces you create so that people just don't say, this is beautiful, but they say, this feels so good. So good to be here. For some of you, that journey continues into the advanced work and the path to becoming an accredited eco-chi professional. I know that right now you must be in one of those several places. You might be thinking, yes, I'm ready. I want my home to support me in a new way. Or, yes, I want to bring this into my professional work. I just need someone to walk with me and show me how. The next step is very simple. I invite you to book a call with me. On that call, we'll talk about where you are now and what you're longing for in your home, your life, or your work. And we'll explore which path is the best fit for you right now. There's no pressure, there's no hard sell. This is a conversation to see if this work and my way of guiding it is right for you. It's not always a perfect match. If you're feeling, I'm not quite ready for this to be over yet, that's usually a sign that this work is really speaking to you. You will be getting an email after this masterclass with the replay. It will be good for 7 days, and it will also have my contact information. If you have questions, you're very welcome to reply to that email and share what's on your mind. I can't wait actually for these conversations, that connecting together. And if this speaks to you, you can use the link in that email, or you can scan the QR code right now to schedule a call with me. Bring your questions, bring your dreams for your home or your projects, and we'll explore together what might be possible for you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today and for caring enough about your spaces and about the people who live and work in them to be here. It's been an honor to be here with you today, and I can't wait for our conversations. Namaste.